Well, we got it to roll over, and it's showing signs that it has oil pressure now, which is a good thing. It makes me happy that it has that. I got to get the charger to charge some more on it. It's been on it for about a day now, which means it's probably not a very good trickle charger on that. My brother has one. He's gonna let me borrow tomorrow and put it on there and see if it'll build up enough to where it'll actually start up and show me that it definitely does have oil pressure, just to be 100% before I put the whole front end back on this truck. I just don't want to waste my time, putting the whole front end on this truck, putting the radiator in it, hooking everything up, and then it just not work. I've had this truck. I probably should explain that some. I've had this truck since April of 2017. I got it from 500 bucks from my cousin. He was on the way back from Decatur, Alabama, which is about a 45 minute drive from where he lived. And on the way back, he made it to Lexington, Alabama, and you could hear the rod knock from inside of another truck with the windows up and the radio on. It blew up right there at the four way. If you aren't from or around me, you don't really know where it's at. But he pulled over and he had to get a flatbed, towed it to his house, and he let it sit at his house for about a year. And I just mentioned one day, man, I'd really like to get me a single cab, V8 Silverado. I think that'd be a cool truck to build. And he's like, hell, I've got one. I said, what do you want for it? And we talked about it for a little bit, bounced off each other, and finally one day I just said, I'll come pick it up for 500 bucks, and I gave him 500 for it. The other one that was in it, the other 5.3 that came out of it, it was ruined. It had actually been dropping oil pressure. It would just go all the way to zero. He would pull over on the side of the road, turn it off, start it back up. It would show oil pressure. He'd drive it. He used this truck as a truck, if you want to say. I mean, it was a farm truck for him. He took it out in the woods. He hunted with it, everything. That's not the case for what I had this truck for. I've got this truck for just having a little fun daily that is hopefully going to surprise a lot of people when it's all said and done. I'm really hoping that 4.8 will hold up to what I want to push it to. I'm sure it will, but it's still Gen 3 internals, which aren't necessarily the strongest, but it's kind of hard to find the Gen 4 stuff like I was wanting. I do have plans to redo the whole inside. I mean, currently it's going to be just a beat the hell up truck that's just not going to be pretty, but it's going to get the job done. It's probably just going to be cammed until I'd say spring of next year. I got to find a 408E for a four-wheel drive in the year range that I'm looking for, which is not too easy. Everybody's been buying them up. They sell like hotcakes, and if you want to buy one brand new, you're looking at probably about $2,000 at least just to find one. That's about it, really. I mean, I ain't got a whole lot to really talk about on it. I'm sitting in it right now. I've been trying to start it up to get y'all a video to show y'all of it running and finally firing up and going. That's probably going to have to wait until tomorrow. So maybe I'll have 2 videos to upload real quick. Hopefully that'll help some. I plan on going with the turbo on the truck. I think I'm going to go to either a single. I haven't really decided. I don't know if I want to go with a 78-75 billet VS Racing. If I want to go with an 80 millimeter billet from VS Racing, or if I want to go with like an S480 and something pretty big that'll hand up to it. I think this truck will stay a pretty decent sized single. I don't think I'll ever go to a twin on this one. If it ever really gets out of hand, like I really want this thing really fast, I'll have to start going on more of a truck diet with it. It doesn't have AC right now, but it has everything for it to be put in, which is good. I don't have the time to put it in. I don't have the money right now to put it in. If you are familiar with what's going on with GM and the strike, I work for a company that supplies the parts for them, and I ain't been at work for a month, so I can't just make money, show up if I don't have it. So everything I've been doing right now has been stuff that I've had to put on hold to work my real job and to take care of my girls. I have my kids full time, so I don't necessarily get a whole lot of time in the shop. And it's actually my uncle's shop. He was nice enough to let me bring my truck in and hasn't really given me the boot to get out just yet. But he's getting ready to start his own stuff that he's wanting to do. and I just bought a house, so I gotta get this done and out, and then from there I'll be getting it ready. If you stay with me on this thing, if you're interested in more of the information on this truck, or mention what you might think would be cool stuff, because we've got some stuff we're going to do, whether it's me, my brother, or people that I know that are wanting to do things. You see that I have my Silverado. I actually went to school for collision repair, so the truck's going to get fully painted once it's all said and done. I think I'm going to go with it's Cadillac Black. It's a tri-coat. My brother's got a Ranger that he plans on starting a V8 swap into whenever mine's done and running, so we can get his started. And then I've got some more people I'd be interested in on getting some builds going for them too on this channel I've got, to see if we can get something going with it. I think it'll be pretty good. I'm hoping that I'm entertaining everybody and that it's going very well for the most part. I appreciate everybody who watches what I do. I know it's not a whole lot of people, but maybe somebody will pick up on it and want to know how things went. But I'll see you later.